Alright, yeah, we are back with this fanfiction. Yeah. So where we left off, even deity is starting to beat you at your favorite games, Kirby. Vandanity pointed out. Vandanity can't talk, he doesn't have a mouth. Just shaking your chain. I'm pretty sure he talked in the Kirby Battle Royale game or something like that. But hey! The king responded, clearly annoyed by that comment. Before realizing it did actually highlight the point, he hushed himself before continuing. Kirby, is something going on? Tiffany asked. Yeah, is there? As everybody started gathering around him, demanding an explanation. Kirby was starting to visibly look stressed out. He ran off in panic, leaving everyone confused. And oh Jesus, over what had just happened. Oh man. Some chased after him, others did not, watching or glancing over at midnight. His eyes narrowed, looking straight in the direction Kirby ran off to, even after losing sight of him. So, Marx asked, "You know what's going on?" "No," Midnight responded. "But I will soon enough." I would do the Mexican voice for Midnight, but then I'd sound extremely racist, so I will not. Returning to reality, Marx found Kirby still standing completely still. He looked around where they had found themselves and noticing several key differences between this place and Kirby's house, besides the obvious. That is, pop star Kirby. "Hello?" Alright. Kirby blinked as if he had snapped out of a trance. "What?" he whispered. Why did he whisper that? Anyways, this place isn't really a replica of your house, Marx told the puffball. "I mean, why didn't your house have all these rooms?" He might have gotten rich and made a mansion, who knows, but Marx was right. This place was much like downstairs. It was. Had multiple paths leading to various other locations, unlike Kirby's compact house. This house seemed a lot more formal, complete with a dedicated dining area, kitchen, and the exit! Kirby noticed. The exit door was still in its usual spot. Finally, he could get out of here. Trying to open the door, however, didn't work. It refused to budge. He turned around, but he turned around still somewhat diligent. "Well, not to worry, Pollo. We could still get out of here. Wait, we could go out one of the windows, couldn't we?" "I don't think that's a good idea," Marx commented, his eyes pointing to and head leaning towards one of the windows in the usual spot on the wall. Outside it, however, was yet more endless blackness. Oh man. Edgy. The same could be said for the other windows as well. Sorrow soon began to engulf Kirby, and despite being in a larger space than the cell they had come from, he started to feel claustrophobic as far as he was concerned. Oh no, Kirby's gonna start being edgy again. There was no way out of here for either of them. "We will find a way out of here," he laughed. "Yeah, we'll find a way out of here. We'll find a way out of here." He sat down, walking back and forth in place. He's going insane. He's gonna be like Marx soon. "We'll find a way out of here." Are you alright?" Marx asked. "Yeah, Kirby." "Oh, he's great, Pollo. He's wonderful. He'll find a way out of here." "Oh man, it's like Smeagol from frickin' Lord of the Rings." Marx rolled his eyes. Great, he thought. He's lost his mind. "Yeah, lost my mind, Pollo. Lost my mind, Pollo." Alright, man. Kirby continued crackling to himself. He's like the Joker. I'm stupid. Marx, on the other hand, was visibly stunned. He hadn't seen anything aloud, so how did he? Nah, it didn't matter. They need to keep finding their way out of here. We'll find our way out of here," Kirby screeched. Okay, man. I feel like Marx would just be unfazed from this, he's like already crazy enough. Chapter 4. Alright, Marx had been wandering around for lack of a better term, mutation of Kirby's household since the puffball had straight up lost it. The more he looked around, though, the less sense could be made about everything. If their mysterious captor was trying to mimic the familiar sight that Kirby had been to, then they should at least be trying to get each chamber to resemble what it should and what it represented down to the finest detail. Page like sort of weirdly lagged up. Yet, despite the two styles of room downstairs being straight on eerie and creepy up here, things weren't quite right. Like the story existing and being so long, but Marx had obviously liked Kirby a lot. Yeah, and that's why he's freaking sentenced to jail. But he had only been to his house once in recent memory. It was like a child's room, cluttered, somewhat disorganized, yet order was somehow found within the chaos. Things of similar stature were found in the same general location, not limited to a stash of candies underneath the cabinet that Marx had kept to himself before the Sun and Moon incident. So he just hid his candy inside of Kirby's house, just leaving it there to keep it warm. Alright. He had been diligent to find that it was still there after years of absence without Kirby. It's not been years, come on now. It would have been like, I mean, I know that Superstar's been out for like years, but like I doubt that the events of that game and Star Allies was like years to come, because Kirby's like still a little kid. But you know, without Kirby having even taken a single thing out of it, he probably just hasn't seen it there. I'm pretty sure that candy's like stale now. But this house seemed orderly, everything in its location, without the disarray. Needless to say, it was odd. I'm pretty sure Mark's gonna eat the stale candy now. There were two bedrooms, which compared to Kirby's normal house essentially being a bedroom with a roof and chimney, was easily the most remarkable difference. One of them was clearly a guest room. I don't even know how big Kirby's house is. From what I remember, I think it's just like one room with like probably a bed in the kitchen. That's it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But whilst the master had a bed just large enough to fit 2 or 3 people. Last time I checked, Kirby's bed was only able to fit one person, which is himself. But the large window gave him ample view of the surreal, never-ending darkness that surrounded them. Beside, it was a closet. Wait, it was closest. Oh. Wait, no, it says closet. Whoops. Containing various things from the old innocent, such as some of Kirby's old playthings, freaking to the awkward, such as plenty of replacement garments for Marx. What the fudge? What does that even mean? From hat to shoes. Why these things were in the same closet, Marx hadn't a clue. Alright. I think it's like his ability stuff is in the cabinet or something. I don't know. Anyways, he continued searching every nook and cranny. Wait, no, it says nook cranny. He could think of it an exit for anything that could allow them to escape, but nothing. So try to go to Narnia, Marx. It's not going to work. Nothing was ever found, leaving the armless jester frantically searching everywhere by himself. This left time for him to think with himself. You know, he heard someone whisper, with Kirby in his certile state, whoops, it wouldn't be so hard to kill him, would it? Marx bashed his head on one of the walls. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing soon when I'm done with this freaking fanfiction. But what? No, we are not going to kill Kirby. Never. He turned around, continuing his search. A short moment later, the voice returned, much more sinister in its tone attitude. I know you missed the feeling, Marx, I said. You know, I feel like Marx has freaking voices in his head about all the stuff people wrote about him in fanfiction. That's making him so crazy now. Marx raised an eyebrow. He didn't have eyebrows. I don't care. What are you getting on about? You... Marx is talking to himself. The usual. You missed the thrill of killing. Marx. The thrill of watching one beg as they slowly die. Why am I saying like... Why am I reading like it's like some freaking Black Panther sounding? Alright. Die at your hand. Marx doesn't have hands. You missed the power. The excitement! Marx began to sweat a little. So I was right. No! Marx yelled out. I'm done being a murderer. I'm done hating Kirby. I'm done wanting to control Popstar. Things have changed. I've changed. Yeah, you're right, Marx. You have changed. And these stories, all of them, you're a pedophile. But you haven't. You lie! The voice claimed. Kirby is still the paperweight. Your ticket to power beyond compare, as you are to me, to us, to true us, Marx. You know, this is just weird. Marx felt a strange slithering coming from his rear. He turned in horror to find that there were multiple tails. Marx has a tail now? Okay. Each colored gold and tinted with a sharp point, struggling to break free from something, from him. Alright, so Marx is just magically growing a tail out of his rear now. Alright, now Marx is becoming a furry. But when he fell back down to Popstar following his fight with Kirby, much of his superpowers he had gained, although significantly weakened, were still there. They have not weakened at all. I played Star Allies and whoa, man, they're not weakened. They're still powerful. But it was there. After waking up, aching with pain, feeling as though he was on the verge of death, he realized just how much of a monster he had become. This is why he hid. This is why he didn't return to Kirby right away. He needed to tame the monster, the demon beast that he had become! Or he just had to take years of therapy or something. I say years of therapy. Probably months of therapy, because I doubt Superstar took place years ago, but I mean like the story of it, not like the game. The game's freaking older than me, but you know, he had done so well to contain himself that he had nearly forgotten that he had these things to begin with. He had a chill ran down his spine as someone grabbed him. It was a kidnapper! Oh! He screeched, leaping away from where he was struggling before, turning to face his. There was no one there. Then who? It was a ghost, Marx. A voice crackled in an insane fit of laughter. Pathetic! You've forgotten the greatest gift we've received. Marx pondered for a minute, resting his head on the palm of his hand to think. What could wait a minute? He looked down and he wanted to scream, yet couldn't. His mouth was gone. It was, indeed, a hand. Oh, Master Hand's kidnapping him, alright. But not a hand like he would have imagined himself having. He pictured himself having stubs like Kirby did. But these were claws. Okay, now Marx. Oh no, I don't want to imagine what that looks like. That's probably gonna look awful. It looks like a Marx OC or something like that. Though it seemed as though he had trimmed them in the past. Still, it didn't help that he was terrified beyond relief. The jester laid on the floor, curled up into a little ball, shaking. What do you want from me? I don't want something from you! Marx this time didn't just hear the voice. This time he felt it. He actually felt his lips moving, saying these words for the first time in a long time, though. In truth, it had been speaking throughout this entire conversation. I want something from us. I bet Kirby's just like looking at Marx right now, just completely confused and like that, and just like completely mind boggled with what Marx is doing right now. He's probably like poking Marx like that, seeing if he's okay. He sniffled, his eyes starting to tear up from the terror he was experiencing. You want me to kill Kirby, right? Perhaps so, perhaps not. You have forgot our ambitions, our intent when we took over this planet. He asked himself. Or have you forgotten that too? I haven't. Marx groaned as he felt his muscles start... muscles now? Muscles start to grow numb. His insanity starting to take control. Then you are mistaken! He responded. The claws... The claws now started to grasp his neck. Marx does not have a neck. Alright, he's a ball. Balls don't have necks, but, you know, as if to choke out whatever control Marx had left along with his life. No, I won't let you. But you already have. You claim to be struggling. So then, why did you allow me to stay with you all this time? Why did you allow me the means to take control of us on multiple occasions? I know what you are, he choked, the tears leaking out of his eyes. Tightly kept being shut. Being kept shut. Whoopsie daisy. You will destroy everything. Then stop crying and stop me. Yeah, you big old baby. But then again, you have to be crying to begin with. Open your eyes, fool! The jester slowly allowed his eyelids to open up. He wished he hadn't. He didn't. Whoops. The demon beast had moved him to a mirror to see what he had been turned into. His hat was torn, as was the shirt he was wearing. Marx does not wear a shirt. What do you own? What are you on about? He wears like a bow tie. That's it. Whatever. He has a shirt now. Torn shirt. His face and his face and body were nearly unrecognizable. I thought it'd be body, but it's his body, but especially his eyes, which more resemble black holes than they did eyes pouring blood down his face and features. Oh man, it's turning into a creepypasta. He wore an evil, wicked smile on his face with plenty sharp teeth visible. Oh man, this is getting scary. Ooh. He tried to scream for Kirby for help, but he couldn't scream anymore. He was no longer Marx. This thing had become Marx. It's fanfiction Marx. And yet, taking a good look at himself, he couldn't stop himself from laughing like a maniac. Oh, this is gonna be fun! He spoke. He loved the demonic nature of his voice. He did now. I don't want to become this monster, but I do love my voice. The feeling of his hands that Marx does not have. Marx does not have hands, but okay. In the manga he has hands, but not in the games. But this scary feeling, one of instilled with upon seeing him for the first time. Oh, he had been so stupid. He has been, alright. How could he hate this thing, this feeling, insanity that coursed through his veins, his strength. And then he remained himself. Who was to blame for this? I freaking, oh no, I lost where I was at. There we go. Irrationally, fear of this wondrous being that was himself, his true self. Uh-oh, Shadow Marx up in here. He got to face his own shadow, like Persona 4. jumping into the TV screen, but it's been so long since I've played around with Kirby, hadn't it? He told himself. In the mirror, the reflection nodding in approval. Surely we can't be the only one here having fun. Can we? Kirby, he's the, and what the fudge? Epitome of childlike fun. I mean, he's a child. He'll love what we will do to him. Oh man, you're probably gonna like punch him or something like that. And then freaking do a default dance. Oh wait, you can't do that. He has no arms. So you're just gonna like break dance or something. I don't know. With one last cackling, he headed back towards the central living room where Kirby had been when Marx had left in search of... What? Exactly. Who knew? Who cares? Yeah, who cares, man? Who cares about Marx trying to freaking look around for stuff? Ugh. Look at him. There, just rocking back and forth, mumbling nonsense to himself. The puffball was in such a vulnerable state that he could just kill him then and there without his adversary even flinching. But no, that wouldn't do. Kirby needs to die more satisfying death. Alright. A death that satisfied his killer. A long, painful death fitting for the one that had caused Mark such pain himself. Probably the story and how everyone depicts Marx as in these fanfictions. But the puffball didn't even notice Marx approach him when what the fudge opted to hide his more obvious features behind him. Yeah, his freaking weird arms he has now, but he wanted to draw this out for as long as possible. Haha! He heard Kirby chuckle to himself. Marx will find a way out. He'll find the way out of here. For a second, Marx didn't allow a moment of pity for the Star Warrior. He had gone through so much, yet here he had fallen so far, and now he would die so painfully. Yes, die, Kirby, die! Ha, Poyo, ha ha ha! Okay, now. Okay, this was getting strange. How did he... It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't, Poyo. Shut up, Marx yelled. Wait, so now he's just hearing Marx's voice in his head? Alright, man, Kirby's a psychic. Must have that ESP ability. But Kirby very suddenly and very quickly turned towards his friend. The latter swearing he had something break when he did so. Marx, he mumbled. Have you found the way out? I believe so, Kirby. Lying, Marx, you lying to Kirby? You lying to Kirby, Poyo. Alright. It's not you are lying, it's you lying. But no, I'm not. Come on. You just trust me by now. Yes. Kirby should trust you, Poyo. Right? So, come over here, Marx. What the heck? WOOED, wooed, backing away towards the hall, which led to the bedrooms. Why are you going to bedrooms? Yes, my evil plan, going in Kirby's bed. Just taking a nap on Kirby's freaking pillow. Yeah, this is my master plan now. Kirby changing his directions, almost on a whim, followed in pursuit, but Marx was nowhere to be found. Marx! Kirby. No fine Poyo, ha? Alright now, man. I'm here, he yelled. Kirby heard the voice coming from the second room down the hall to the left, the guest room. Upon entering the small room, the door was shut behind him, yet he didn't seem fazed at all. He saw Marx laying on his bed and frickin' jumping on his bed and stuff and made him distraught. No, I'm just playing. I'm yanking your chain. It didn't happen. Wow! It's just like Kirby's house. Okay. There was no response. He looked around, turning his head quickly. and with no discernible, yeah, that's what it says, pattern, trying to find his friend. Where did Marx go, Poyo? Oh, I'm right here. Kirby flinched as he felt something pierce his right stub. Oh no, it's Kirby Pasta. He looked straight at it, noticing that there now was a large hole, blood dripping from it, cut by a familiar golden line. Oh man, oh jeez, that's so scary. The Puffball's heart skipped a beat as his train of thought and sanity suddenly rightened themselves. The pain, oh, it stung so much. Yeah, just having a straight up hole in your hand. It stings, man. It's not freaking bunch of pain. It just stings. But anyways, he yelped as another pierced his right stub. Oh jeez, man, Kirby can't use his hands anymore. His stubs, whatever, who cares? And two more stabbed his feet. Oh, he can't walk now either, man. Kirby's gonna be in a wheelchair. He was left breathless, gasping for breath as the sharp pain made him whimper. He felt like gagging, but the sight in front of him nearly made him throw up. Marx, he cried. Oh man, this is getting so sad. We freaking pay F for, I don't know, these memes are stupid. Kirby was then thrown up against the wall. Oh no, still attached to these metallic chains. I thought they were freaking spikes or something, I don't care. But this monster groaned when he impacted the wall, pain shooting through his back to every part of his body. Mark's sadistic grin and all approached his victim, eyeing him over as though he were a purchased slave. We're going that territory now, alright. Kirby had very much become a slave, and a torture slave, alright man, to this maniac in less than a second, and he couldn't help but cry as all the trust and love he had put in Marx was proven wrong in an instant. Oh, Kirby, Marx taunted. You want your little buddy to come back to come and save you? Well, here's a news flash. I was never your friend. Oh, burn! Alright. And now it was time that I teach you that lesson. Oh man, Marx reached behind him, grasping what appeared to be a small dagger. Where'd you get a small dagger from, Marx? From your existent hands that decided to become of this story. But before he did anything else, he stared at the puffball one last time to enjoy suffering, to watch the blood leak out of where his four leads were kneeling. Alright, man. His victim stuck against the wall of the room. Man, looks like, I bet it's like some crucifixion stuff right now, looking like he's been Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways, at last he approached Kirby again. You and I, Kirby, we have done so much together. He pinched Kirby's cheek. Oh man, we lived together? I don't recall that. We fought together? I remember that. Haha. He chuckled as he remembered it. We even loved together. Yeah, I don't recall that either. I most certainly don't recall that. So, it wasn't a dream? Kirby whimpered. No! Of course it wasn't a dream. It was real. All of it. We enjoyed every single second of it. Didn't we? I don't know. Kirby closed his eyes in terror. No! This couldn't be. Oh man. Every time I tried to break away or talk during our passionate kiss, that please stop reminding me of that. I don't like that part of the story. You just smacked our lips back together. He laughed, desperate to tell me how much you loved me, weren't you? And how much I really want to throw Marx in jail again. Jesus Christ, man. He wanted to say no, but Kirby really wanted to say no. Alright. But he couldn't. There was no denying that what had happened. Jesus. Flinching slightly and shaking nervously, he slowly nodded. His eyes still kept shut. Oh, and you're still blushing. I thought Kirby's always blushing. Like, isn't his cheeks always rosy? Anyway, both he and Kirby could feel the latter's cheek start to grow warm. What does that even mean, latters? What? Anyways, after all that I had done here to you, after pulling out this here knife, yeah, pulling out this here knife from absolutely nowhere, you know. Anyways, you still have this animalistic instinct within you that loves me. How cute. I hate this story so much. Kirby started shaking his head frantically. No, no, no! Then perhaps I should satisfy some of your desires first, shall I? Oh man, he's gonna start stabbing him. Marx said it before forcing his mouth upon Kirby's. Oh no! I just realized they're kissing now! Oh, Jesus! Oh, the feeling this time wasn't that of a long-awaited dream coming true, but that of a nightmare come to life. Like the exact story, it's a nightmare, because a nightmare that Kirby hadn't ever even thought about. Marx, as Marx's tongue sloshed around in his victim's mouth, establishing exactly who was in the bargaining position of this ordeal, and how I really hate this story. Said victim was desperately trying to pull away to escape his tyranny. Alright, man. But he couldn't. He wouldn't. He was truly trapped with his freaking pedophilic version of Marx, but with no way out. Why did he have to regain his sense of thought then and there? If he was still delirious, these thoughts wouldn't be entering his mind. He probably wouldn't be giving a care in the world about however Marx intended to torture him, man. He detached from reality after all. Kinda like all the fangirls who ship Kirby and Marx, you know, even though Kirby is literally a child and a baby, and Marx isn't, but here he was fully aware of what was being done to him. He choked in agony. I'm gonna choke myself in agony, man. Once Marx pulled away after what felt like hours of reading this fanfiction, he was left a panting mess of tears, sweat, and blood. Alright, man. Marx took a deep breath. He himself, perhaps having acted a little too unrestrained, as much as he called Kirby's love toward him primitive and unworthy, he secretly couldn't deny his own passion towards the pink puffball either. Yeah, I mean, reading this entire fanfiction is torture, just saying, but Kirby didn't need to know of the irony. He was surely on the brink of being broken, if not already past it at that point. If anything, it only helped. He would both be inflicted terror upon his victim whilst simultaneously getting his own fair share of pleasure. It was so selfish, so much like him. Alright, man. Heck, he breathed this attachment's pinning Kirby in place, even wavering in satisfaction. So this is what the great hero of Dreamland has been reduced to. Freaking terrible writing. Kirby couldn't even speak any words in response. He could only sob to himself. Not that I could blame you. You were so eager, so desperate for closure. But why? Marx, please, no more, Kirby moaned. Alright, man. Anyways, But Kirby, he leaned in closer. You know, deep in your mind that I'm not finished with you. That you have no choice of escaping my grasp and escaping reading this fanfiction too, but not this time. He pulled out the dagger again. Holding it up right next to Kirby's face. Let's play, shall we? I hear you used to love playing games. I don't think you played the knife game though, but one day called them. One day called what? One day called them? What does that even mean? I don't know. Childish. Well, hopefully this game suits your taste a bit more. I don't think playing with knives is a bit childish. I think it's completely psychotic. But Mark, stop. Kirby begged, but his quest would not be heeded. Marx rushed him with his finger. Marx does not have fingers, but you see, Kirby, the rules are simple. I ask you a question, you answer it, and I'll act based on your response, he explained. This is like some terrible quiz game. Given the positioning of the knife, Kirby could easily understand what he meant by act based on your response. Got it. Alright, first question. How long have you been having these dreams about me? What dream, man? Kirby tried to answer, but lacked the words. Or will to say anything. Why was he being so self-restrained, so resilient? This would not do. That's not an answer. Marx spoke coldly. However, against the captive's expectations, he then straight up stabbed him hard and deep. He instead sliced off a bit into Kirby's skin. Oh man. I did burp here from this great story. Just deep enough for him to yelp in pain, but no deeper. All right. So he stabbed the knife. He cut the knife deep, but deeper. All right. This didn't really provoke any relief towards the situation at hand. And Kirby, breathing in and out in a panic from what he had built up to be a very painful wrong answer. Blood soon started spilling out of his new wound down his round body. Oh man. Provide me with an inadequate, I don't care, answer again, Kirby, and I won't give you any more mercy. Marx explained, grinning. So, I'll ask again. For how long have you been having dreams about me? Man, Marx really wants to know about how many dreams he had. Kirby slowly slowed down his breathing in order to actually produce an audible response. Quietly, he said, F, for a long time. Not long after we first met. Oh man. Was I that great of a charmer that I wooed the almighty Kirby of the stars?
No.
No, Marx, you didn't do that at all, because Kirby did not dream about you at all. I freaking highly doubt he did, but Marx continued to exert his dominant position, but inexplicably, his patience grew thin. That was a question, Kirby. Now answer. He just did answer it, though. What are you on about, Marx? In his blind rage, Marx's knife struck far deeper than his more calm, calculated cut from not too long ago. Kirby screeched once it struck before questioning, quickly answering, Yes, you did. Please don't strike me again. Then why did you not resist? Marx yelled, continuing to stab his victim with each question. He's gonna be dead by now. He's gonna end up murdering him, man, without even giving time for an answer. I mean, he was trying to kill him in this stupid story, but, you know, why did you just stand there when I first impaled you. Are you not trained to fight back? Oh no, he's definitely trained to fight back. Do you love me that much?
No.
Yes.
You bastard!
The puffball cried. Yeah, I don't think that's the truth. You're telling lies, but the puffball cried out. Then Marx suddenly started to struggle. Something started to feel wrong, really wrong. There was a burning sensation in his forehead and an aching in his heart. Wait, he had one? Then, wait, when? Why? What was Kirby? Kirby head demon gasped. The demon, what the fuck? The demon gasped when he suddenly started crying. Why? Why didn't you let me know sooner, Kirby? It said. Nowhere. The spikes were gone. I thought they were changed, but the medical look. This is maniacal, I guess. I don't care. Yeah, this is I'm stupid. But look of the jester's eyes had disappeared, and then and he suddenly seemed back to normal. All that remained were his hands. His hands, man. Were claws now. Were clearly resembled fingers. And the knife no longer digging in Kirby's flesh, because a knife is important. But Kirby himself was suddenly standing as though you were never mounted up on the wall, but all of the wounds were still present, still bleeding. His salty tears stung the blood that was leaking out. Alright. But that didn't really matter too much. He was starting to feel very cold and tired. I'm starting to feel very cold too. He sighed deeply and said, I was scared, Poyo. I didn't think you would accept it or me if I said anything. Marx looked up at his friend and what he had just done to his friend. He just looked at Kirby, a blank expression on his face before turning to the knife in his hand. I'm sorry, Kirby. Marx, what are you? I can't live with that. Wait, with what I have turned into. Marx, wait! I've caused so much pain, so much humiliation, so much sadness, like this story. It's tearing me apart. Whoopsie daisy. I can't afford to put you in danger. He raised the dagger, now pointing at himself rather than Kirby. Oh no, Marx is getting suicidal now. Those, Woe's eyes. Whose eyes were... it's not even about whose. It says freaking Woe's. Alright, whatever. Woe's eyes now widened in realization of what he was going to do next. Whoopsie daisy. Poyo, no! Kirby yelled. He leaped toward his friend, but it was too late. The blade already pierced straight through him. Good, Pedophile Marx is dead. With Kirby landing face first on the ground, he had to knock the knife out of Marx's hand, but his sudden drowsiness had made him leap with the wrong angle, landing beside his friend. Oh man, Marx, what the fudge? It's like the font. I thought the font turned smaller or something. Marx gasped and coughed out blood. Wait, no, blood! I'd say it like that, saying nothing as he too found his way to the ground. With a thud, he didn't move again. Good, Pedophile Marx is dead. We finally have a resolution to this story. He's dead, and yeah, and this the part of. I mean, it's the end of part 3. Because I'm sick and tired of this fan fiction already, and yeah.